Hello everyone and welcome back. So today we are going to design the outside of my house. It is going to be moved to the peninsula of the island, which is literally just to the right of this actually, but I am going to move the house. So let's just get started and let's go. So I start off by chopping down all the trees that are around the house, so I've got kind of like a blank canvas to work with, because I'm not sure how big I want to make the build. I know I want it on the peninsula, but I'm not sure kind of like how big I want the overall build to be, and I end up going a bit out of control. So I do this cliff, and for some reason I can't remember how to do cliffscaping. Like, it hasn't been that long, but I cannot remember why I can't put cliffs at some sections. It takes me forever to work out, and then when I put the third layer on top, I can't remember why they don't go to the edges. You'll see it eventually. I don't know why. And I had to cut out a section because it took me like half an hour, and I can't put half an hour's worth of video in a video of me trying to work out why I couldn't circle a piece of cliff. I had to cut it because like what was I thinking? You can't just circle a piece of 4 cliff. Yeah, just ignore me. I ended up squaring it off anyway because the theme I'm going for is like town core, so all of the pathing is squares, so I just ended up making it squared anyway. I took forever to decide whether I wanted this brick staircase or the stone staircase, and I did end up changing it afterwards off camera, so I did choose the stone staircase. So yeah, it was a very confusing build for me. It was like I've never built before in game, and I've spent 2 years building in Animal Crossing. It's ridiculous, but it turned out lovely, I will promise you. And for some reason I couldn't get the incline to work. It took me forever. I was having an off day. Do you ever get those days where you just can't get a build to work even though it's the simplest build? I was having one of those days, but I got to see my good pal Lloyd again. I love Lloyd, little Lloyd, he's the best character. I say that about all the characters, but he really is. I love little Lloyd. And yes, I did have to pay 2 lots of bridges, or inclines rather, because I built things don't have the DIYs yet for it. They just won't appear on this island for some reason, and it's driving me insane. So I will get round to it at some point. But if any of you have any other suggestions, keep bringing them in, because I love reading and responding to your comments. It makes my day and it makes me so happy. Also, in hindsight, I should have just put this garden set back in my pockets and just did the pretty pathing. But no, I ended up scooting it all around and then putting the pathing and scooting it back. Why? But I do have to say it's a really pretty view when you sit on those white chairs. It's such a pretty view out to sea. So I'm really happy that I did that design. And it's a really pretty like cliff top area. So it did turn out really well. The pictures of the whole build are really hard to get, so you can't really tell the whole build is on a peninsula, but hopefully from the title you can kind of grasp that it's on a peninsula. I mean, I might have changed the title by the time you watch, but I'm hoping so. This is the section where I struggled for ages to get the concept of rounds and corners and levels, and you'll see in a minute that I did cut out some of it, but I think I made it quite seamless, so hopefully you can't tell. But I am sorry that I did cut out some of it, because otherwise this video would have been about an hour long, and I don't think you are prepared for my chaos brain. I left most of it in, to be fair. Well, some of it in, to be fair. So you could see like the process of my brain ticking over, which is quite fun. The end result, you don't see the solar panel, so there was no point me doing that whole process, but at least it was like a fun experiment. And it turned out nicely. Okay, so I do end up skipping a few days. So instead of me showing you lots of end screens, you'll just see like me changing days or it getting darker or brighter. So that is kind of like a changing days. So I just wanted to warn you about that. And I do skip this section as well because it's just me placing dirt. You don't want to sit there watching me place dirt and pathing the exact same pathing time and time again. So you kind of get the idea of what I'm doing. So I show you like snippets of it. It's just me placing the same pathing like all around the edge, and then I go in with the scaly goldy effect pathing and I put that all the way around. This is like the main pathing of the town. It's where I'm kind of thinking that people and villagers can walk around the town without getting disturbed by cars, whereas the outside of the island, like the boundaries of the island, are more where cars can go. So it's gonna be more car focused and more street focused. That's kind of the idea of what this island will be anyway. And you can see where I am now to the right of resident services. The flowers are overrun at the moment. I am gonna sort those out at some point, but there's so many of them. I just can't deal with them. You know, when they in the 2.0 update, when Leaf brought out like the weeding service where you can just go to her now and say get rid of all the weeds on my island. I wish you could say get rid of all the flowers on my island, because I just don't want to spend hours sorting out flowers. I just don't want to do it. It scares me. I'm gonna spend hours doing this and I don't want to. I've just gotta get up the courage. I also cut out the footage of me going in and out my storage shed because I do it so many times to get out various items. I didn't want you sitting there watching me do it like 10 times. There's no point. And I really liked, like, to the front of me now, the varying colours of those medieval buildings. It kind of looks like apartments, you know, where they've got different colours, each of them, rather than like a housing block. I really like that effect. I kind of wanted to try it out in this build to see what it will look like, and yeah, I really like that effect. I'm so happy with how this island is turning out. It's reminding me of Kidcore, but it's not Kidcore. It's like a Seaside vibe, and I love it so much. Maybe I should try Kidcore next. Maybe that should be the next island, like full blown colour everywhere. I finally finished. I did a little tweaking to it. So this is what it looks like from this angle. So from the entrance you can come up this way. I did some tweaking to this section because it didn't look quite right when I was taking some screenshots. So this is what it looks like all finished here. And then I changed the incline to the grey one because the orange brick didn't look right, so I've changed it to the grey, and I think it kind of blends in a little bit more. It looks so good. I just love the double layering of these. You can't see the solar panel at the back, which does annoy me, but you can see the utility pole, so it's fine. And this is the house on the peninsula. So yes, I love it. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed it. Please don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe if you are new so you don't miss out on any new videos. On the right you can watch some other videos we have made on Seacross. Have a fantastic rest of the day wherever you are, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye!